Hey, people of YouTube, what's up? It's the F-Man back, and happy Thanksgiving again. And, you know, because it's still the same day as Thanksgiving today, this review. It's on the day of Thanksgiving. Point is, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Anyway, so I wanted to do another review on Scooby Doo. Yeah, Scooby Doo, the mystery begins. Oof. Where do I start with this one? Oof. I have mixed feelings on this movie. On the one hand, it's alright. But on the other hand, the CG on Scoob looks freaking creepy. I mean, to be honest with you, when it first came out, I was like terrified of Scoob. I mean, look at this thing. And I liked the CGI they used on the last two movies, am I right? Hey, whatever happened to that? And plus, why is Fred Ed look like that, you know? Oh, I mean, he doesn't even look like his character, you know? I mean, Fred's supposed to be blonde. He's supposed to have a white shirt and an ascot. Here he has black hair and a blue shirt. That's it. I mean, at least Velma, Daphne, and Shaggy look the same. But my only complaint is about Fred. That's my only complaint on the characters. Plus, yeah, I mean, and Scoob. I mean, seriously, look at that CGI. His eyes are terrifying. When I first saw that, his eyes terrified me. I mean, just look at this guy. I mean, you could literally see the pixels on that CG. You know? Anyway, enough criticizing about how the dog looks and how Fred looks. Anyway, let's get to the actual review of the movie, you know? Okay, so what is it about? On FYI, I promise I won't talk about Scrappy in this one. I've got enough complaints about I talked about him too much. I promise you I won't talk about him in this one. Considering the fact that I don't think Scrappy was born when the point is Scrappy wasn't even born when this prequel happened, sort of. I mean, whatever, you know what I mean. In the movies universe, I bet Scrappy wasn't even born. But in here, whatever. Let's just get with the review. Anyway, so what happens is Shaggy's a goofball, who has trouble making friends, and you know he barely has any friends, and he's always so lonely. Until his principal tells him to take up a hobby like stamp collecting or trying to find a friend. Because there'll always be a friend out there for people out there. Hello? Anyway, and speaking of Shaggy having a friend, then we get to our Scooby Doo, who's at a fair, at a town's fair, trying to be sold. While people are criticizing him just the way how he looks, of how big he is, and how he would eat someone. I mean, yes, I'll admit Scooby is a very hungry dog, but I doubt he would ever eat a person. So, you know. Oh, anyway. And so when he finally gets adopted by someone, it ain't Shaggy. Apparently it's about this family who just decides to adopt him, but then unadopt him at the last minute just because he licked the owner. It's a very stupid reason to not adopt the dog anymore. Seriously. Like, that's what a dog's supposed to do. It's supposed to lick you. Trust me, I've got dogs at Inisharan that lick me. Hell, we even have one dog that basically just licks my legs for the sake of licking my legs. Don't ask. Ask. Seriously, I was all like, what? You decide to adopt him, and just because he licked your face, which, by the way, what a dog's supposed to do, then you decide to unadopt him? I never got that. And what's even weirder is, this is supposed to be a prequel of how the team became a team. We all ignore in the TV show A Pup Named Scooby Doo. Hell, this year, they released another Scooby Doo movie that's technically an origin story. That I will admit is so much better than this origin story because it doesn't make any sense. I mean, are these supposed to be like two separate universes? Like, this is supposed to be a universe where a pup named Scooby Doo never happened, and the other universe is where a pup named Scooby Doo did happen. Like, what the hell? Oh, anyway, despite all of that, though, I thought the characters were a little interesting, and I especially liked the Shaggy of how he felt alone, and I liked it of how I felt. For once, I actually felt sorry for Scoob in this one, because he was all alone. He had no owner, no place to go, no place to call home, till he gets scared by a bunch of ghosts, and then ends up with Shaggy. And then one day, Shaggy decides to take him to school dressed up as a teenager, but then he gets in trouble with Fred, Velma, and Daphne. Anyway, and then they go from getting detention to be suspended, then expelled. Because the vice principal thinks that they're behind because there was a ghost attack, and the vice principal thought it was them because they weren't there. Well, technically they were there when it started happening, or whatever. Point is, he has a reason to try to suspend them and then expel them, them for some reason. Anyway, and then we see how the van became a thing, because apparently when they try to get to the vice principal's house, they find the van that will eventually be the mystery machine, Oh, and what else is there to say? Basically, the entire movie is just about them trying to clear their names of something that they didn't do. Ooh, I mean, it's pretty interesting a little. It's a little interesting, to say the least. Anyway, because apparently the villain of the movie, the one who released the ghost, apparently wants this time capsule. Well, it was lost when the Coolsville flood happened. It's something that happened a long time ago. Apparently in Coolsville. And so it is up. So the villain wants it because, surprise, it was actually the principal, not the vice principal. Well, apparently he wanted what was in the time capsule, a bunch of stamps, because apparently the principal was into stamps. Oh, and then, yeah, and apparently the stamp was a misprint, because apparently misprint stamps are very valuable stuff. I mean, that kind of sounds a little cool. I mean, I never knew misprints were actually valuable. Well, anyway, and so they got their names cleared, and I did like this song at the end of the credits when they're all like, "What's this, Scooby Doo? We're coming after you." Ooh, while doing the van, and it's actually kind of nice. The end credits were, "What's this, Scooby Doo?" Yeah, the song's pretty catchy. All in all, Scooby Doo: The Mystery Begins isn't. It's got its ups, got its downs. But I do find it a little interesting, okay, of how much the producer of this movie. I mean, seriously, whoever directed this movie clearly never saw a pup named Scooby Doo. Ooh. Okay? Anyway, so, yeah, that's basically the case. So the movie's alright. Alright, it's better than the first movie, I'll be honest with you. And, it's pretty good, It's alright. I hate the fact that it's ignoring a pup named Scooby Doo and the CGI on Scoob and how Fred looks. All in all, despite those, I thought it was alright. It's your choice to watch if you want. I've already watched it. It's alright. Alright. Anyway, this is the part of the video where I tell you to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. See you guys next time. Bye. Happy Thanksgiving.